Hey guys, we are back. Welcome back to the London Great Podcast. And we have us, Alicia and Chad in the building. And this is the holiday themed, okay? So, how was y'all's 2022 though? Like, how are y'all feeling?
It's almost over.
That part.
Yeah, it's almost over.
That part. Mm-hmm. It's been new for me as a new mom. This is the first year, first mommy life, which has been very fun and very exhausting.
Any postpartum?
Not severe, thank you God.
Okay, good.
Amazing. I hear stories.
I've heard too, and so I was very excited to not have to go through that. But what I did go through, which I think was a part of my postpartum, was just this like identity crisis.
Yeah. Which is normal.
Of being a new mom and somebody as an entrepreneur, first of all, and somebody not even just an entrepreneur. Like, I'm a worker. Like, I literally had my first job at 14. So when I calculated the years that I had been working, the fact that I hadn't stopped working in like 24 years. I've been working 24 years straight.
Right.
And just to stop,
right.
it was like, it didn't feel as good as I thought it would, honestly. Yeah.
So you was just like little auntie thing?
Just a little bit.
I've experienced that though. And that's why I got in therapy, to be honest. But for me, it was a postpartum trigger because I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't cut the work phone on. Because though I was so used to going, I also don't want to leave my baby. And I feel like I had to choose. So it was a lot. But that was 2021 for me. Not 2022.
That's 2022.
Right.
I feel like the last 2 years, period. I said this to one of my like mentees, right? Everybody I've talked to, everybody around the globe, have been drugged.
Yeah.
So 2021 and 22 have drugged us by the edges, child.
It really
I don't know.
has.
I feel like in the most inspiring way, though, like where it drug you to be the best version of yourself possible, or to go after more than what you thought you would before.
It pushed you.
Because it definitely
pushed
like
you.
it was like make or break to the edge.
It really did.
Yeah, to ask about, like, I feel like my 2022 was very informative. I feel like I started to step into destiny, and it was hard. The price that you pay at night, nobody knows that price, but you push and be your best self. And I felt like with that struggle that 2022 gave me, I got like a strength and a power. Like, I released Runaway Train. That was big. Like,
that
it was
is so
big for me.
Congrats
So thank
to that.
you.
Kudos to that.
Thank you.
Check out his single, by the way,
Cheers.
Runaway Train.
Yes, thank
Real
you.
quick drop.
Thank you.
Out now.
But it just taught us, I feel like 2023, it seems like from even meeting you beautiful women and talking with you today, like, y'all see, like, it's like 2023, y'all going after it for real.
Right.
So I'm loving it.
2022 for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Miss London.
I want to say was launching this platform.
Yes. Give it up.
I want to
Give it up. Give it up.
And I remember hearing you talk about it.
Yo.
And then to now see it. It is just so beautiful.
Yeah, and it's like I wanted to create this platform solely for my sisters, my brothers, my friends, the people that have their own business, the entrepreneurs. Give y'all your flowers because what I was like, just to get LLC, I was getting excited just a little bit. I'm like, what question is this?
Right.
It was a little intense. It was a little heavy. When you go to business school, you're in college, you go through all these, you sign up for all this stuff. They teach you to be the best business owner for the next person, not for you.
Yeah.
And it was a little tough at first, but with perseverance and planning and not deviating from the plan, getting distracted, whether it was a failed relationship or a financial crisis. What was that? A failed relationship. Okay.
For real.
Or a financial crisis, or just anything, family, deaths, COVID, pandemic, opening back up again, being able to touch people, hug people.
Right.
It was tough, but I did it. I was booking photo shoots and showing up, and you're like, hey, do you want to be on my podcast? And hey, like, constantly getting out of my comfort zone, talking to people, because I'm like, bitch, you can stay over there. I can be a little antisocial, but I know how to put on that hat, and I've learned to put on that hat and to adapt to my environment.
Yeah.
So
The
I
hat
would
is on.
say like,
Yeah, the hat there.
is on.
I see
The
that.
hat is on.
Honey, and it's sitting. It's sitting, okay?
For
And
real.
it can't be knocked.
Right,
okay.
right.
Okay.
So yeah, so 2022 was very interesting. And
She came out gangster with it.
Right.
No,
Don't knock off like,
Can't be not hurt.
she your bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Where you from? Okay? Can't be not, won't be not. Can't stop, won't stop.
put it in the ground.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm just so happy to have you here and
Yes.
just to like, asking people to be a part of something that is greater and bigger than them, and that also that people can also watch and look back and then just get advice and asking the right questions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm here to ask the right questions and see how y'all is doing. Check it in with y'all.
Right.
Like, how y'all doing? You know?
How you doing?
Right. So thank y'all.
So I guess 2022 for me, because I said 2021 was growth. I think 2022 for me, it was friendships this year for me.
Ooh,
Because
good.
I remember feeling like, that girl, different friendships. Now that was like high school. Like
Right.
I dated all of those, shedded all those dead weights then.
Oh.
But then you realize, like, no, where you are mentally, I have to have friends that are there with me. And I realized I was dead weight. And dropping that dead weight was
part ways, like just
part ways, and then I felt like it also showed me friendships like with you, like relationships that I have that actually matter, women in my life that actually matter. So I think this year was more so friendships and me also believing in me and the growth that I am growing in, and realizing that the path that I decided, because I used to be quiet.
Right.
I had friends that were my mouthpieces. And so now that I have my own voice and I stand in it and I own it.
Yes, sis.
Yo.
I now know that I want women that don't look at me as a threat. We grow and get
That part.
it together. And I'm gonna lift you the same way you're gonna lift and build me. And so I feel like once I figured that out, I was able to then focus on the things that actually mattered in my life. But so for 2023, I am focusing more on my business and pulling my stuff out so that I can feel more so like a business owner, because I am the employee, the receptionist, the financial advisor. I am trying to not to give these hats to other people so I can sit back and allow my businesses to grow. But yeah.
Keep going,
And
Black
keep going.
Queen.
Yes.
Black Queen, for real, all of y'all, for real. I love it. I love it.
I know that feeling. I know
I'm
that feeling.
definitely also within 2022. Well, I want to say it started in 2021, going into 2022. Therapy has been new for me.
Oh yes.
Okay, can you guys recommend a therapist that's taking new clients? Because
Mine
Right, I feel
mine
you.
is, but I honestly went on therapyforblackgirls.com.
I did too.
Mine was the very first one to pop on the list though. That's so crazy. But I continue to look at everybody else. But she gravitated to me, and
We like this,
And I
baby.
feel like, and that's when it's like divine connection. Because honestly, I think so. I reached out to a few therapists. I didn't get responses from a lot. Check yourselves, but.
right.
You know, I'm like, I'm looking for
Right.
therapy. I'm telling you, I'm going through postpartum. I'm going through certain depressions. I have anxiety, and you just leave me on red, like, basically. You know, that doesn't encourage you.
Right, absolutely.
But there was one lady that reached out, and I think because I was so discouraged by others and with a lot going on in my family, I just couldn't even connect. And then when I was ready to, like she wasn't taking new clients. And so then I continued to pursue someone else. And I honestly think I might have scared her off. Because she was on like Psychology Today. I had found her like Black Girls Therapy.
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Found her link on Psychology Today. Emailed her, called her, no response. Called her again, no response. Left a message, and then went back and saw her ad said not accepting new clients.
Yeah.
So I was like, I guess she just needed an update, you know. and I encouraged
Just
it.
give her some grace and just make her calendar go
I get it. I
full.
get it. I understand. You know, it was
Yeah.
probably outdated, and you needed to update it. So
Yeah.
I helped you, sis. You know.
I just love
I'm
the
not mad
time
at
and
it.
space that we're in right now, where we can, like, we're at a place where we could talk about therapy and how we love it and
Yeah,
our
and it's
different
not put
experiences
down.
with it, and it's like so beautiful. Like I'm happy that we're at that space. Like, it's a great thing. For me, it's weird because I feel like my family is starting to come to me for things, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm trying to figure out, like, who elected me? Like, when did I get elected
Family
to this?
therapist.
Right, like, when my mother and my father, I'm like, this is personal. This sounds very personal here. Okay, you know,
I
but
once was a child.
I know.
And now I am.
But look
I
at
think
that,
it's
you
beautiful.
are now the light, the beacon. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
trying
you're
to figure out who
showing them a
voted.
new way.
But I'm trying to figure out who voted. You know, I don't know. I feel like just always coming from a place. I feel like we spoke a little bit about this earlier, but from a place of like, I'm understanding too. You know, I'm learning too.
Yeah.
I may have gotten that wrong. You know, now that our community, the Black community, brown community, that we're in a stage where we can actually start saying these things to each other and not be taboo. You know,
Right.
it's like. Thank God, especially
Especially
black
black
men, black
men.
women.
I
You
was
know,
gonna
but
say-
I don't want to go there, but I'm just.
You have to.
But that's
I
what
live
you
it every
see.
day. It's my
Yeah.
life. You know, it's
You have to,
my-
because
you know,
there's a different flight for you guys.
It's
yeah.
like a way different flight.
For my kind of, I'm from the Bronx, I'm from the hood. You know that song, my song, Runaway Train, that's like a joint is pop. So, a lot of times they was like, okay. My mom was like, you sing like the white boys. I was like, no, that's not,
sing
you know what
like
I'm saying?
me.
I sing like me.
Yeah.
But then I played it at the barbershop and they was like, yo, play that again. That's when I knew. When you play it at the barbershop, that's when you know.
Yeah, hey, if you
Yeah.
live at the barbershop, you are
Listen,
official.
You know.
You are approved.
Right. I was like, okay.
Blue check.
I was like, the
Blue
hood,
check.
the hood
It's
respect me.
right. Your black card is
Verified.
still
Yeah.
good. It's been
Right.
It's
approved.
valid. It's valid.
But it's a beautiful. I feel like it is a renaissance for us in a lot of ways, where we're able to really love on each other in a proper way, you know. And
Yes.
I love seeing my black queens in every single shade. Like I love it because y'all inspire us. Y'all listen. Y'all move the world to me.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, no problem.
Thank you for that.
I want to tap back into the black man going to therapy.
Oh,
Get an attack.
wait! I'm the
Yeah,
only man
I'm
in the
saying,
building.
hold on,
Hold on.
wait.
Let me stick up for my brothers. Let me stick up for my brothers.
I want to give y'all a hug.
Okay.
You know, I definitely feel like there's not enough. I've seen this on a TV show. I think it's called Love is Blind.
Yeah.
And one
I
of
love
the
that
guys
show.
said on there basically like, he was like, I've never felt like I can openly share my emotion. I never had this group of guys to be like, share my feelings in a safe space. This is the first for me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the first, and he's like 30 something, or you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was so
I remember
like,
that.
Believe that though.
Yo.
But he was really excited when they were asking about the experiment, I think. And
Right,
he was like,
yeah.
one of the great things that I experienced doing this was being able to be in a group of men and openly discuss our emotions
Yo.
and discuss our daily interactions and how we felt about them, especially because they were dating women, right? So some of them were dating the same women.
Right.
And there was still no like animosity
Yeah.
or any, shade thrown. It was just pure love and support.
right.
And they were just hearing each other out. And he was
Yeah.
like, and he had never had that. And I thought about
And they
how
were
many
vulnerable.
women, black women, right? Like, as friends, sisters, whatever, like we congregate and we do that
All the time.
All the time.
but it's just like,
Like,
that's
that's
they
us.
go to.
Yo,
It's like even it's like a competition.
As a black man, yo, I have to like say, yo, like I didn't even know how much I needed it until I had it. Like I didn't know like how much brothers, like genuine brotherhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like my boys. Like I didn't know how much I needed it until I had it. When it was like, yo, I don't care what type of music you make. I don't care what type of stuff you do. Like I love you so much.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I love that. Like to this day, 15-year relationships, and these are they know my mother, my family, And I see girls go to the bathroom together, and you know they have these like kind of rituals in a way, women, you know. And men are like really, especially hyper, you know, masculine men. They feel like that's a wrong thing to do.
Right.
I was in the bathroom with my brothers. We talk. I'm like, yo, that was crazy, right? Yo, that pizza, you know. And I was like, wow, this is kind of therapeutic. You could kind of digress about what's going on outside and come back. You know what I'm saying? It's normal to be yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's normal to be yourself, and especially around your counterpart, your brothers, your sisters. You know what I'm saying? Your women that empower you.
Let me ask you, did you say earlier that you are seeing a therapist? Or am I mistaken?
No, I'm looking for one.
Okay.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm getting a lot of understanding right now through just life experiences.
Definitely.
And I feel like I've been in a place where I'm able to compute it very well in a lot of ways, where I can talk to family members and maybe diffuse the situation just by like seeing unbiasedly both sides. So I don't know, maybe I'm like, God, what is this? Is this something that maybe we need to talk about it though? You know?
Yeah,
everybody
definitely.
needs that talk.
That's also a form of therapy.
So I'm looking,
for sure.
it is.
I think I definitely, like, I love the idea of the therapist that you know nothing about me. Nothing about me. Not a darn.
See, that was always my problem. So I'll say this. So I was actually a child who was forced to go to therapy. So I went to therapy as a child, and my issue was the fact that they knew nothing about me. How could you assess me? How could you help me? How could you understand me?
Yeah.
If you know nothing about me.
But it's nothing like that outside look though. That outside
But that's
look
what
will
I'm
make
saying. I
you
was a
recognize
child.
something.
So when you think of like
For real.
a child or adolescent growing up and trying to figure out who they are,
Right.
how is this person going to help me figure out who I am and how to
if
be?
you don't even know who you are.
Yeah, I don't know who I am, and you think you can tell me something?
Right.
But now as an adult, it's like I need the most unbiased opinion. Yeah, like that is available in the world. Please help me sort my thoughts.
Right.
Yeah, and
Because then it's just like, because I feel like I remember when I had my first session and
Oh, wow.
woo!
I didn't even know I was going to release how much I released.
Everyone
Listen,
says
I
that.
instantly bawling.
Yeah.
I was like,
instant.
wait a minute. Like, I just felt like, wait, don't take it out. Like, how dare you? How did
Because
this
I think my
happen?
session was supposed to be 10 minutes, but it was an hour.
I was sitting on the couch like, hey, so I'm here to discuss.
That's a teaser too. Like, what session is gonna be 10 minutes, sweetheart?
And
I can talk about this wine for 10 minutes.
she asked one question. She said, when was the first time you felt like this? I was like,
Oh, shit.
I don't want to know.
Real.
and it went all the way back. And I was like, it's amazing how you hold on to so much.
Right.
You hold on to so much and you don't realize that you're holding on to it until you have to relive it.
Yeah.
Dig it up because you have covered it with so much mud and dirt. And all right, time for some grass now because now you're an adult.
Right.
You have to figure it out. You're supposed to know, you know, and
keep moving.
I had to pick everything up, rocks, soil, dirt, dig it up, and I just bawled like the whole time. I'm like, I have to say this out loud now.
Yeah.
To someone that doesn't know me, to someone that is going to actually break it down, that I have a full understanding and I'm fully aware. Like, hey, this is attachment. Abandonment. This is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is what this looks like in your adult life, and it shows up in your relationship.
Yeah.
Whether it's your mom, your sister, your brother, your partner, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. And I'm just like, okay.
Okay.
Uncomfortable.
Right.
Super uncomfortable.
Yeah, so it was definitely my first session. I was like, whoo, and like
How did you feel when you left?
finally. I could tell someone.
Yes.
Right?
Good.
Like,
the same way.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, finally I get to tell someone, and then I can go back to, now I can function.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I was a step before, I took 3 steps further than I was yesterday. I'm in a process. I'm loading, you know?
Right.
And it's not like talking to a friend either.
No, because it's just like also they are also in the same situation, a different dynamic.
Yep.
whether it's across the street or a diagonal, you know.
And then they have their
And they have,
opinions.
and they usually have a biased opinion.
Yeah.
So, you know, even sometimes if I'm like eavesdropping, you know, when you hear like other people's conversations sometimes, or a friend giving another friend advice, and you hear them say, well, no, you should just, I'm like, don't say that. That's what you would do. That's not exactly the best thing for them, you know, because we also have our own personal opinions about the situation versus
Based off what you went through.
based off like, I'm not the person that always is all about, you know, what's written on paper. But listen, if it's a study and psychology broke it down to where this is what it is, I'm going to just let y'all call it what it is. If a shoe is black, it's black. You know what I mean? If it's a duck, if it go quack, quack, you know what I'm saying? If you put it in orange sauce and it tastes good, it's a duck.
It's a duck, right?
I'm just saying. So.
No, absolutely. And, you know, it's so amazing to, like, have ripped back so many layers that I can be in front of a camera today and say,
One line that my therapist said to me that it plays in my head every day.
Ooh, not every day, girl.
You set yourself on fire so other people can feel warm. I felt like she read me to
For
the teeth.
filth.
Like,
I didn't like that myself.
because it was one of those where that is true, you know? But it was something that I needed to hear because I didn't know. For one, I also suffer from an impulse. A disorder where if I was stressed, I would pull my hair out. And this is, I guess, my first time like talking about it, you know. But so one of those things when I would, let's say I'm uncomfortable with something, but I'm going to continue to allow you guys to talk about it. Even though I know I'm uncomfortable, I will still allow it. But then when I get in my car and travel home, that's when I will set myself on fire because I allowed you guys to feel safe where I felt uncomfortable. And so I realized throughout my life, I've always been that way. Hence with my friendships. So for me, it was one of those where it was eye-opening to things that I knew was bothering me or triggers I was having. And having someone say to me, this is what it is, Alicia. And she would say, where's my lighter? Because we did it again. And I was like, yeah, I know I did it again. But you're so used to it that you're now having to retrain your brain.
and that is what it's about, is you are unlearning the habits.
Yep.
And you're recreating a cycle for yourself.
Yep.
That's why therapy works.
Yep. It really does.
You're breaking the chain, you're breaking the cycle.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You're unlearning everything.
And that's what I think, like, when it comes to generational curses, people always talk about this. I know it goes across the board. But for black people in America, like, this is our issue. You know what I mean?
It is.
Generational curses.
It is.
And if more families went to therapy.
Yeah.
Because individual therapy is great, but
It's
all
family.
that healing that you do, and then you go to that same friend cycle and they do the same thing.
Yeah.
Or all that healing you do and you go back to mama and daddy and they still do that same thing.
Yep.
You know, it's like, yeah, I'm okay, but we're not okay.
Yeah.
You know? And
Boundaries.
yeah, it's
I'm
It's a lot.
just where I'm at, and I'm just giving love. Like, that's the only space that I can abide in.
Yeah.
And if you're not gonna go there, well, all right, that's
Yeah.
on you. You know, like I'm gonna be here, and whenever you feel like coming, I will be here.
Right.
And I feel like just being on that frequency is just better, because those things are true. Like those.
And it'll weave all those other
Yeah,
things out.
the generation curses, all of them stuff, that's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? And like how you really be vigilant is being like within yourself and having that light within you. You know what I'm saying? Because then it'll teach your family how to treat you. You know, if that's your walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely, they be like, but then they'll shy away for a little bit. They be like, oh, so you, and they want to be staying.
and it's okay.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I think sometimes we have to be okay with letting
Yeah.
the people that we love like
Feel how they're gonna feel.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's entitled to how they feel, but you're not gonna disrespect.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
a boundary, baby.
I got a slogan. My family laugh at me, but this is really my slogan. I'll be like, I wish you the very best on your journey.
Period.
That is my answer to everything.
Peace.
I wish you the very best on your journey. I wish you the best. I really mean this. Because that's all I have. Like,
And
I
that's
don't
the
nothing
killer
else.
line.
Yeah. That's what they say.
It's the-
Kill them with
it's the end.
kindness.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just so unnecessary because, you know, there's a lot of families and like family ethnicities, like Africans and the Chinese and so, you know, the other that celebrate love and celebrate family no matter what. And in our community, it's such a struggle.
Like
It really, really is. And it just really doesn't have to be. You know?
doesn't.
It'd be like, when you really think about what everybody mad at, it's like, for what? I forgot at this point. Not with each other.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Not with
always
each
something
other.
small.
For
Always
real.
something small. And then
Do any of you guys meditate? I'm sorry, I interrupted.
No.
no. It's like, but you just carry it on for generations, and
Yeah.
that's what becomes a curse.
So, do any of you guys meditate?
I do meditate.
Yeah, I would say music to me is meditation. So I definitely take time.
I think we all need to be able to. I don't care if it's 15 minutes, 10
it's
20 minutes. You just need to unplug
Yeah,
because everything can be overstimulating.
and talk to yourself.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So you gotta
That's
talk
what's like, I
that.
started-
That does not mean you're crazy. Like, there's
No.
nothing wrong with
No.
talking to yourself.
I talk and answer. I don't care what you're
I definitely
They're
do.
like, as long as you don't answer, I'm talking
back.
back.
How you
Okay.
Sometimes I gotta make sure I got it.
Right. Like, sure, you knew that. I'm like, I know.
Listen, you know that Issa Rae thing, right? How she
Well,
talks to the
Issa
mirror.
Rae, yes.
I talk in the
Same.
mirror, and it works.
I
Same.
think,
That's why Insecure was so successful.
yes.
It
Was
works.
because,
I
like-
literally did it, and I was like, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get what she was doing because I did it. I tried it out. It works. I like it.
I'm crying.
It definitely. Anytime you speak to yourself in the mirror, it does something different to you, though. Because when you're really looking at yourself, I feel like somehow your eyes like see your soul, you
Right.
know? And it's like you can't hide from it. You can't hide from anything. This is truly you speaking to your real self.
Especially
and it's a
at like
beautiful
4
thing.
a.m. at the club, like when you're super lit, you go in the
Oh,
bathroom.
that's a whole
that
nother-
conversation.
I'm like, that's a whole other conversation. Hold on, bitch.
Yo, let me tell you.
Stumbling and all.
No, can I tell y'all? Listen, my first night, I'm sorry to bring my first night in Paris. Let me let you
Patty?
know something. It started out like boom, 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 boom. Like I was at the hostel. It was a party. I'm like, oh, it's a party in here at the hostel. I'm like, it's lit. So then some boy passed me. He's like, yo, where you from? I'm like, I'm from the Bronx. He's like, you're coming with me. I'm like, all right, I'm coming with you. Like, what's we going on? We went to eat. We like it was crazy. One club. We just started playing foosball, met people, went to another catacombs club. When I looked at myself in that mirror, baby, the conversation that we had,
It was just
I was like, what is going on? This is so much fun.
Do you know your influence? Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
That's amazing.
Does
though.
anybody have an epic like story, mirror story of like when they really pump themselves up for something like super cool?
I want to say,
Not epic.
okay, I have two moments. One of them I may not share. It's a little
Okay.
risque, but
We like
You
scared.
want to say ladies? We probably all. I was like, that's the only
That's-
bitch. You bad.
the first epic moment is when I first dropped the first episode on the podcast. I was listening to Dreams and Nightmares in my room.
Okay.
I was in my room. I was like, and it was loaded. I'm like, all right, cool. All right, cool. And I started jumping up and down. Nobody was in there. I was like, listen, this just put me on a whole different level. Like,
Congratulations.
like, girl, you
You was
did
on a
it.
high.
And then it was just like, nobody's ever seen my personality before. Like, you know, I'll
Right.
post a little cute picture, a little boomerang or something.
Like,
Right.
But nobody really see, like,
Right.
who I
It's here,
am.
right.
yes, yeah, like,
Vibes.
no. So it was just like, I get to share that with people.
Oh man,
Man.
it's here.
Well, that's
it's in the
good.
building.
That's an
It's in
epic
the
mirror
building.
moment.
That's a
honey.
mirror moment. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck, you fine as hell. And you
Okay.
get it. Like, you know, like,
For real.
I don't think I've ever. I mean, I feel like anytime I do anytime I'm feeling nice, I don't know. Not like an epic that I can actually like remember. I don't think I have one.
No, I don't. I mean, I've definitely been the girl that's like sat there in the mirror and done affirmations.
Yeah.
I'm a girl who actually, well, I haven't done it in this new house, which, side note, need to do it. But I used to write Post-its, like all my affirmations, different goals I have, put it on Post-its, and I have it on my bathroom mirror. So those are like those moments. So I was like, I can't even say epic moment because it's always a moment in my mirror.
That's good.
Yeah.
Always a moment in my mirror, especially when the girls beat.
Come on now.
Okay.
All
That girl
right.
gonna get every mirror she can. As soon as she walks through, hold on, check.
Won't miss a
Okay. You know?
When that sunlight comes
Peek through.
Yo.
Woo, baby. It's nothing like that natural glow.
Are y'all the people
When
that
that
the
sun
family
hit you-
make fun of? Like my family be like, all right, child, you on your phone again. You posing again. I'm like, I'm
Yes.
sorry, y'all.
I've been that person, not even just with my family, with my friends. Like
Right.
just being on Instagram, having a business on Instagram
Right.
for all these years. Like people make jokes like, you ain't take a picture? What? I'm like,
Not today.
come on, y'all. I mean, what was I taking a picture of? You weren't even that cute. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Do you guys believe in vision boards?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I gotta remake one. The last one, I wasn't consistent with it.
Yeah.
But this one, baby.
So
I believe in speaking things in existence.
No,
That's-
write it down, make
that's
it
my
plain.
thing.
I have.
So I definitely will do a board,
And
I will also write it down, detailing.
no, you gotta be
that
specific.
thing, write it down.
I'm gonna write it down, guys. I'm not like the vision board. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Maybe if somebody throws a party, definitely invite me to the
throwing a
vision
party
board
this
party.
year,
I know
though.
people do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to be writing it down.
I've done that a few
Write
times.
it down. Be very specific.
Yeah.
Very specific. Like like how you want it to feel, how you want it to look, what's the experience.
Yeah.
Like every single thing.
And I think that's, it's so crazy. Like, as a creative, you think your mind is just like going all over the place. It's all these ideas.
Yeah.
But I draw blanks all the time.
Yeah.
So when people are like, write it down, make it specific, I'll write it down, but I don't feel like it's specific.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I am like channeling like
inner-
like that
Yeah.
person. Like, and I'll be the one, I'll be like, let me get my root chakra grounded or something. Like, what is it
Yeah.
to where I'm not able to visualize this? But I'm a dreamer.
Yeah.
So I have dreamt certain things my entire life. And I didn't know how it was going to pan out, but I'm going to tell y'all this. This is fun. So I dream about celebrities all the time. I dream about them in very different ways. Usually I'm married to them. I live in a life and I've had the craziest dreams, right? And this started as a teenager. So my first boyfriend in a dream was Silk the Shocker.
Ooh, girl.
But as we got into it, by the end of it, Snoop Dogg shot me and killed me. Right? And this was like at 15 years old. But I mean, in my life, I've literally been married to T.I., Lil Wayne. I was married to Kanye West, and we were in DJ Khaled's house and got in a whole argument because like the craziest things happened in my dream. And so when I think about writing stuff out and writing it plain, like my dreams aren't even like, I don't have goals. I have dreams.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, how can I write out?
Oh, yeah.
I want to be in DJ Khaled's house taking a shower with my celebrity husband, and we're arguing about the champagne. And I left, went to the other celebrity guy house, swam in an underwater submarine with him until this other celebrity came and said that my husband was wilding out at DJ Khaled's house, and we had to go back.
Okay.
I can see why that you can't. Yeah.
Dreams. But
I love a dream.
yeah, but it's just that my life has literally entangled me
Yeah.
with these people. You know what I mean? I've been able to meet DJ Khaled. I've been able to hang out with Rick Ross. Like his mother, I love her to death. You know what I'm saying? And I'm at the house like it's nothing. So it's like all of that still meant something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think like, so where is it really taking me? I don't want to write out something that limits me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
a
for
good
me, I how I look at it is I'm a visual person. So I can't necessarily visualize it. Well, see it unless I visualize it. I hope that makes sense. Maybe all the Prosecco and a Stellarella, but it's just one of those where I have to be able to write it out because in my mind I'm thinking of so many different things that I want to do that I need to write it out so it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I know that, okay, Alicia, because everything that I've had, I never planned for any of it. It just literally happened. But what I did do, though, is still speak it in existence in some kind of form.
Definitely.
Even though I didn't know it was going to come, I never knew I was going to work for myself. I never knew I would make over 100K. Like, I never saw all of these things. Never. But at the end of the day, it still happened. But I still wanted it all. So I think but when I talk to people, they're like, but Alicia, you did say that you wanted that though.
See, and you just don't remember it, maybe.
Exactly. So for me, I now kind of stick with things that I know has always worked for me. And that is one thing that I've always kind of stuck to. Because for me, that's how I mentally got it out and I can see it. Even though I never knew it was going to actually happen. It was just a cardboard with cutouts on it.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'll write posters around the house, and if I can
Say,
just post it, and I'll forget about it, and I'll walk past it one day, probably 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it may have happened already, within that 2 week span, or it's about to happen, and then it's just like, oh, okay, and I'll just keep with the post-its, like, and wherever you post it, you know, you're looking at it subconsciously, so it's there. You're conditioning your brain, but it's just like it's not at the forefront.
Yeah,
it's there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you're steady feeding.
You're feeding that energy.
Yeah. I guess for me, it was just words of affirmation.
Yeah.
That always helps.
Seventh grade, my teacher, she would have us stand up and like recite words of affirmation before we would like create in our writer's notebooks. We would write in our writer's notebooks a free topic, and then she would like construct our English from there.
God bless that teacher.
And we would just be like, I'm a vision seeker, like I'm a dream bearer of today, you know, like I'm fearfully made, like. And that is what I know for sure. Like, we would say that before class.
Wow.
So I guess from there, too, you know, she would always have me dancing or singing and performing. And she was like, yo, you should do this for real.
Yeah.
And then, like, getting
That's so
into
amazing.
Carnegie Hall and performing at the Palace Theater and, like, going to LaGuardia for dance. I didn't think, I was like, I'm not trained. I couldn't believe it. Like, it was a lot of things. Hairspray and being seaweed on, like, Broadway. Like, that was weird. Like, 16, like, I was like, I could do this for real, like it's crazy. But and then now to work with Grammy-nominated producers on my first ever project singing, people don't even know I sang. Like, God is good, man. God is so good. So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like just continuing to speak it. And like in the morning, just saying those words, it can really manifest your day.
It can.
It really can.
And make you believe it.
And make you believe it, even when you don't. Even when you don't.
Because I remember my therapist saying she had a client that said, cause she always would say, Alicia, remember to give yourself grace. And she said everybody, but she said she had one lady to say, well, I don't feel like I deserve it. So it's kind of like with affirmations, you eventually gotta keep feeding yourself this information in order for you to eventually believe it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's feeding yourself positive energy.
You'll live it. Because what you think in the back mind, that's what you got to watch. And that's what you got to be important. You got to be vigilant. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
your thoughts become real.
Absolutely.
And I don't think we know that. And then the more we speak it, the more we think it, it just becomes.
You know what's so funny? Look, this was a thought, and this was a thought, and that was a thought. Like, this was a thought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you start thinking about like that, this was a thought, and this, like, hold the phone, like, like, for real. I was raised by rappers, I'm sorry. I'm from the Bronx, for real. But you start to really understand, and once you get that, you know, you Gucci.
Yeah.
And just change your overall perspective. You know, like it will be okay. You know, until we figure out well, I would say figure out, but the more we understand that things happen for us and not to us. And a lot of people will think like, why is this happening to me? I pay my taxes and I go to church and like, okay, hold on, wait a minute.
I can't even deal with that energy.
You know, wait a minute, Brenda.
Not Brenda.
And you know, let's bring it back now.
We love you, Brenda.
We gotta bring it back. Bring it back, Brenda.
We gotta bring it back. Like, you can't just think you're gonna pray about it and then have no action.
Right.
You know what I'm
Faith
saying?
without
Like,
works is dead, sweetheart.
yeah, like you gotta think it as well as doing it, and then pray about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pray about it as you're working on it.
Right. Absolutely.
Y'all
That's
preaching,
the only
baby.
Because then people will love to put, oh, yeah, it's like, all this stuff happened to me. And they get so worked up and they stay stagnant and they stay in that energy and then they just push it on to everybody else around them. And then you become like this negative ball nobody wants to be around. And
Who needs that?
your food nasty.
Not your mac and cheese drive.
I'm
Let's
crying.
talk about it. Your food is nasty. Baby.
Not the mac and cheese. When the mac and cheese go down, you know it's an issue, okay? And I ain't gonna speak no names. I'm just gonna leave it alone. You heard?
Like,
This was a while ago, one of the sermons at church, because I love my pastor because he's just a different type of pastor. He's not that pastor, you know what I mean? He's young. But he basically kind of described God as like a bus.
Okay.
Your journey, you on this bus. God's path is on this bus. And baby, you might decide to get off at this stop. This stop may not be for you, but you decide to get off. And you're going to wander around and get lost, but that bus is going to be still right there waiting for you. So you might wander around for a week, wander around for a year, 10 years. But he's always going to be right there waiting for you at that same place because you still have to go to that same destination. But it just might take you a little longer. You know what I'm saying?
either it's the BX-29 or
You might be on the express, you might be on the local.
You won't get there. Like, 27 stops or 5. Like, we don't know.
And
but
that's up to you.
It's up to you.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely up to you.
But I'm like, that gave me like grace, and it kind of made me feel good too, because we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
So it's like on this journey where you're trying to go down this path. If I mess up, I still am going where I need to go.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice that we're starting to give each other grace more?
Oh, yeah.
And like acknowledge it more, you know? Like you can't hold somebody to a thing forever and ever.
Yeah.
You know, especially when there's changed
is so
behavior. You know
This
what I'm
pandemic
saying?
has done that for so many
Oh,
of us.
man.
I mean, I feel like people have lost so many people.
To where it's humbled everyone.
Wasn't the pandemic a shock? Was it not a shock for y'all?
It was.
I was out at the club. I was at the club. It was Sunday fun day. The notices started coming out. I was like, oh wait, what's going on? I couldn't believe it. We thought it was gonna be 2 weeks.
And you know, and it was just the accountability.
We
Like
need to give each other
just
grace.
being able to take accountability. Even though like
I teach my 11-year-old that because he needs to know at a young age
Yes.
accountability.
Yes.
Right.
That is so
Because,
real.
baby.
holding yourself accountable is real. And
It's
like,
very real. And you'll be shocked how many people do not do it.
Yeah.
So many adults don't do it.
at
So
this big age.
Right.
not the big age.
Listen, this big old age you at, sis. Like, come on now. Like, come on. Like, you gotta, come on. Like, come on, just hold yourself accountable. It like, you make everybody life just a little bit more easier.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Because after a while, you know, I ain't gonna want to be around you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you start cutting off people. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into this bowl here.
Yeah.
So we have the fan favorites here. Anything in this bowl is either black or white, it ain't gray, and you got to answer. So who want to go first?
Not I.
I'll go first.
Shuffle, shuffle.